Fuck this fucking out of control fucking fuck. Why didn't somebody tell me my ass was so big?
Blown to bits. Mind if I pull the underwear out of my crack?
What about you guys? We ain't found shit.
Good afternoon. Let's flip this over. Got a little bit of energy today. Wow. Hey, cool. Well, that's nice. That's nice. Is the camera on? No, it's not. Ha! Now it is. I forgot to put on my tie. Oh, me. Ah. Let nobody say that he doesn't do this last minute. Next to last, says Wild Saffron. Second, in the name of the live stream, says March 1st. The name of the live stream says March 1st? What? It should say May. All right, hold on. Fucking whatever. All right? I'll fix it in a second. What do you mean it says March 1st? The show 3-1. Oh, January, February, March. Oh, April, May. Oh, it's supposed to be 5-1. Yeah, dude, just having a lot going on. Let me fix it. There we go. Now it says 5-1. So if you were relying on me to tell you the date, I'm sorry. You shouldn't be relying on me. You should know the date without my help. But if you didn't, let me apologize again. I'm sorry. Fidgel that like button, friends. Yeah, man, hit the like button, subscribe, get those things going. We have a tech coming at 3 to 4 p.m. today. Now it says January 5th. No, it says take it to close. No, it doesn't. It doesn't say January 5th. It says 5/1/25. So that would be March. If 3 says January 3rd. No, it doesn't. It says, we always do the month first here. That's been the way of it for a while. That's not news. Numero uno. But then again, you know that. There we go. It's a clip-on. It's a clip-on that he wears. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. It's a real tie. And you know that because I had to do it during the show. Oh, yeah. America. Yeah. Duh. It's been the way of it. It's been the way of it the whole show. Hello, super hung Johnny. Not super hung. Let's end these rumors. Fucking a little bit below average. That's what it is. You know what it is? It's not that I have a big dick. It's just I'm medicated. I'm medicated a lot. So it's just very active. It's, you know what? It's a small it's like a chihuahua. It's a small package. It just keeps on barking. A lot of people like it. It's nice. It's portable. Keep it in your purse. The date doesn't matter. It's the show that counts. Did Charter do anything? Charter's coming here between 3 and 4 today. So we're going to go and do a show, hopefully full show. I have someone else watching for the tech. But now that it's been made apparent to me from online research and people saying, Jimmy, yeah, I don't care, St. Caesar. Anyways, so I haven't ruled out that it's the Streamlabs software, but I don't know what I can change about my Streamlabs desktop setup. I would have to stop paying for Streamlabs desktop, start paying for Restream, and rebuild all of this on OBS, which is like a weekend's worth of work. Like it's a weekend of setting up OBS and changing my Stream Deck buttons and everything to have this entire setup on OBS, but then I have to set up OBS and work through Restream. And I've never used Restream, but I might switch to using Restream and trying it that way and seeing how it goes. Because if today especially, like today's good so far, if today starts getting fucky in the next half hour and goes that way for like an hour or two, then yeah, we're definitely looking. Get the fluffer out here. I'm ready to pound. What? 512 is American for May 1st. Damn Europeans think the 5th of January. Yeah, I know. I knew. Nobody knows the trouble I seen. But yes, so let's get over here. We've got the Rumble chat out. So if you say it, we'll see it. Let's switch to the multi-stream chat. Nope, we're on the multi-stream chat. So I've got all the chat boxes out. Ha! There we go. Let's go live to the show over here. Let's, Nobody knows. Why? Oh, dude, my audio's got... Oh, that's right, because I was watching Mystery Meat and Digger 420 yesterday. I don't know anything about the subject matter they're covering. What is it? Not Bill Cooper, something Cooper. Like some guy. Some guy. What do I know? What do I know? But yeah, so it's been interesting hearing his thoughts on stuff. Our girl, let's see how she's doing right now. She's reading Prepare by Steven somebody.
But,
stream sniping.
Yeah, so
I'm stream sniping
bear with
you.
me for the next week or so if I'm a little
Mystery
bit
Meat.
mean or
Yeah, dude.
snappy or what have you. It's me trying to get off of this nicotine. But it will get better and I will succeed because it's time. Scary as it is, it's time. So on that note,
see how long it takes her to see it.
Reading
I see you're playing stupid again.
Top of the
Looks like you're winning too. I like that
hello,
shirt.
Johnny.
I
How
like
you
that
doing?
shirt.
Stream sniping.
I like that shirt. That's
Thank
fun.
you, Kaiser.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Let's head back.
Yeah, I can do it. I've got.
All right. If you're having a fun time, or if you want to have a fun time hanging out, talking to Digger, she's recently quitting smoking. She's over on her channel. Feel free to head over there. Sneaking on Digger, she just caught us. Well, dude, she just caught us. I mean, no, I cannot listen to Digger. I will have an emergency, says Brian the Science. All right, so we turned it off. We're going away. We're not touching it now because we don't want Brian to have an accident. And keep in mind, for those of you who don't understand, he's not saying that he'll have an accident because, no, he's saying that literally her show being played audibly causes something to happen at his work, and that's why he worries. So, in the interest of protecting our friends, we'll just pull up my chat thing so I can get the chat box. Hey, there we are. Come on now. Oh, and I got to edit this one, too. Save. And now go there. And now click close and pop out the chat. We have to make sure that we get the YouTube or the fucking Twitch money subtracted off of the goal, which the goal is on Monday the 5th. So it's at $40. Whatever we made on Twitch. Oh, KBS dipping already. KBS dipping already. Starting right up on time. Upload speed issues like crazy. I'm going to say, looking at Streamlabs and how I've used it, I like a lot of Streamlabs stuff, but I think we're just going to have to move off of Streamlabs and try, literally, we'll stop looking at porn. Dude, I wish it was that problem. You know how much I wish it was, oh, I look at porn on my computer. I don't look at porn. Like, I get it, you're joking. And, I'm looking at porn, man. Yeah, it ain't a thing. It ain't a thing. I wish it was, you know how much I wish it was a simple problem to solve, because then I'd be done by now. Like, at this point, I'm literally down to, it's either, and let's be clear, yesterday until you guys were telling me about Jimmy's issues with Streamlabs, and I looked up online, I could have swore it was entirely my ISP. And, so in the interest of not blaming the internet service provider, I'm going to probably switch to Restream and OBS, because OBS already has plenty of stuff to set up. Johnny, get 'em moving. You have the tech coming. Right? I want to do a show, so let's do a show. The tech is supposed to get here between 3 and 4. I have someone else watching out for them. I just bumped my phone with the... just let me know if I need to end my show. Just let me know if I need to end the show. If the net, just let me know if I need to end the show. All right. Why not switch to Starlink, says numero uno. One, Starlink is incredibly expensive. Two, if it's the software, then it's not a problem with Starlink. Starlink won't change that. Want to see my Woody? No, I don't think so. I think we're good, but thank you for the offer. We are going hopefully till 4:30. We're doing a show till at least 3, and 3 to 4 when the tech is supposed to show up. If the tech doesn't even show up till 4, then we could be good. So we'll see. We'll go with whatever we have. Switch to CenturyLink. Want a theme of... Oh, Brian the Science asking, where is it? Nope, it was 4.
You want to see my breaker?
I think we're good, but honestly, need to how the Streamlabs set up. He might know if it that. I don't know. That barely seems like English. I don't know. Take a minute, like breathe, think about it, and try it again. I've already told the techs all the stuff, and I don't care. It's the upload speed, the download speed, all that shit. And from what I've been hearing, oh shit, did your KBS just drop? Yeah, it did for a minute. It did for a hot second. I'll go grab my YouTube thing. It's the upload the issue is upload speed. So it's an upload speed issue. Switch from Charter Sync Link. I have one problem in 4 years. I have had one problem in 4 years. Well, and that's the thing. I might be wrong about this. It might be... The heck is Predecessor? This looks interesting. Like a PvP game, but weird. All right, anyways, yeah, no, it might be, like, people are saying it might be the Streamlabs thing, and people have been telling me to stop using Streamlabs for a while. So that's not news. It might be time to quit using Streamlabs for paying to use Streamlabs, I should say, and dropping the Streamlabs thing entirely and just using OBS. Show, I meant show type retards. Who are you calling retards? You're the one with the typing issue. Oh shit, did your KBS drop a while ago? Yeah, it did. Creator dashboard. Let's see how it's doing. First, let's see how much we made yesterday to tank off. Just so that we're good there. Holy crap, we didn't do bad. Didn't do great, but didn't do bad. There's a nice little $5 hit. Boom. $5 buckaroonies right off the top. All right, so we're at 35 for Monday. The 5th of May's goal is now $35. Thank you so much for that. I've been telling you to drop Streamlabs since I met you. Yes, Brian, that's why this latest incident with people saying, other people are saying it's Streamlabs, like, say, people in England are going, oh, I'm having the same exact issue. It's Streamlabs. That's why I'm finally taking your advice and probably going to spend the weekend rebuilding everything for OBS only with Restream and ditching Streamlabs. And that's if this issue persists. Like, we dipped for a minute, but we've been pretty good the whole time otherwise. We've had a couple of little dips, but other than that, the KBS has been good. But I'm pretty sure that I meant me. I'm calling myself a retard. Right? It's just look. It's a snowball. You're picking up size and speed. How about you just give it a moment, let it rest. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, my friend. Chop a cord so the tech has something to fix. What happens to the merch without Streamlabs? Streamlabs setup doesn't change the merch store. The merch store isn't based on paying for Streamlabs. The Streamlabs merch store is just something that I'll still have my Streamlabs account. I'll still be using Streamlabs, and Streamlabs will still be taking their piece of the merch. So they'll still make their money off of all of that. Nothing should be changing with any of that. And that's why we're going to do this. Just use the Stream Elements OBS plugin. It's multi-stream and much better than Restream. Stream Elements OBS plugin. Okay. Does it cost money? And it lets me stream to... where should... you know what? We're going to throw that right on here on the prep sheet. Streamlabs OBS plugin. Set up OBS with Stream Elements. OBS plugin. All right. Yeah. All right. We'll give it a go. It's free. All right. Well, if it's free, it's more about if it works better than Restream, then definitely. It's much better than Restream. So yeah, we'll do it. I'll throw that plug in. I'll set up OBS. We'll ditch Streamlabs paid service just because I'm not paying for Streamlabs service if this is the service we're getting. Then fuck it. It's free. I use it. Well, good for you. Good for you. And if I have issues, then did you see the most recent Pod Awful episode? No, I also not only did I not see the most recent Pod Awful episode, I don't watch episodes of Pod Awful. Let me guess, he took a moment to say he got me upset or something? He really wanted to pitch that narrative when he was in here. It's like, hey man, I kid. And we're like, yeah, we don't care. Like I'm remarkably underwhelmed, so I don't really care. If he's using me for content, considering how much smaller my show is than his, that's sad. Like, it was bad enough that he came in here trolling, trying to start shit. But if he actually used it, it featured one of your viewers. Oh. No, it was Shaman EP. Oh, then I fucking don't care at all. I care even less. It featured one of my viewers. If it has nothing to do with me, which, no offense, I have nothing to do with my viewers. So if he's going off on my viewers, then I don't give a shit. That's between them and him. I don't got a dog in that race. I don't care. Well, I will say this then. Bravo for Jesse. I figured he wouldn't use me as content, considering how it went. We love the Shaman. I have no issues with the Shaman. I just, again, you're talking about he went after one of my viewers like I'm supposed to defend or protect him. I'm not anyone's advocate. I'm just a guy doing a show. If you want to come here and have a good time, we'll have a good time. But I don't know who Shaman EP is, like, as other than a name. So I agree with you, Klaus Kleiber. We wish him well. We wish him well. I wish everyone well. Him, Jesse, everyone. I got a little defensive there for a minute, thinking he was using what happened yesterday as content, and it was like, dude, come on, we didn't even care that you came in here. Digger didn't care that you called her a skank. We were just kind of like, whatever. And I was going to say, if you're using that for content, you're really scraping the bottom of the barrel. Who is using Johnny for content? This isn't a serious show. St. Caesar, nobody is. Nobody's using me for content. It was a misunderstanding on my part. But, yeah, thank you. Yeah, well, you're welcome, Klaus Kleiber. Anyways, yeah, so I hope that Shaman and Jesse both have a great time. Don't take the internet too seriously. And if you haven't figured it out by now, don't take people like me, Jesse, Aaron, or anyone on the internet too seriously, because it's the fucking internet. Anyways, we're going to do a show while we have time. The KBS seems to be holding steady. We're going to do a show while we have time. We're going to have the tech check the line, and we're going to swap over the software. And that, this weekend, should fucking nip 3 problems in the butt. It should stop this KBS issue. It should make it easier if we have a stream disconnection problem to restart the streams and reconnect to them without people having to find a new stream on YouTube. And it should hopefully fix whatever the bitrate fuck up is over on Twitch. And if we have all of those things dealt with, I think that's about as good as it can get. After that, it's adding kick and then working on the offline stuff. Jehovah's Witnesses came to my door with the same shirt and tie. Yeah, MSO. I used to be a, spoiler alert, I used to be a Jehovah's Witness. I doubt they came in the same shirt and tie. Do you know how expensive this tie was? I don't remember, but it was not cheap. I'm gonna be honest. I get a little ritzy with my ties. I'm all right with the shirts being whatever because I'm gonna sweat in them a lot when I'm doing DJ work and stuff. Well, when I'm not doing DJ work, that's depressing. I gotta fucking price up my controller and message Jax about it and then start selling my gear. Sup, ass pirates? Not much. Falling the Great. Welcome to the show. But since you mentioned that, let's load our first hour stories because we have a story from the Pittsburgh Pirates about Wednesday night. We've got Kamala Harris has decided to come back out into the limelight. She wants to talk smack about Donald Trump's first 100 days, and that's completely normal. To diss your opponent on their first 100 days, regardless of whether it's been good or bad. And whether it's been good or bad is probably something that that people no, what the heck? All right. Fuck off. We'll close it and we'll do it this way. I think there was an underscore thing on there, is what it was. 'Tis what it was. Ha! Got it. All right. So, we're going to get to all those. Tell him about the Twinkie. Twinkie? Don't cross the streams. It would be bad. Look, if this Twinkie represents all of the normal supernatural activity of New York, then the Twinkie we're about to experience would be about a mile high and probably 6 miles long. That's a big Twinkie. Camel toe was 3 sheets to the wind during that speech. Well, we're going to look at it. We're going to look at it. Because, again, Kamala Harris coming back up into the public limelight is just fun. So we're going to look at it. We'll see what we get. And hopefully I got to, you know what? If I'm going to redo everything, then I can update the text at the top of the screen to make it look nicer. Yeah, we should do that. Ha ha ha, yay, Johnny gets it. No, I totally got it. That's a big Twinkie. Johnny's channel makes me stiff as a board. I'm sorry. You are going to have to see a doctor about that. I can't control that. I am, however, going to be intermittently smoking some herbage because my legs are still stiff as a board, and I need to free them up a bit. And I know full-heartedly that part of the reason they're stiff is I stopped taking the muscle relaxants that the doctors prescribed me. And people might be like, well, then you should just start taking those again. No, they put them on, and like to get them to work to make my legs loose, they make me completely limp and fucking weak as shit. My muscle mass deteriorates. Fuck that. I'd rather fight my body. Johnny's channel makes me light as a feather. Well, I'm good that it's making you guys happy in whatever metaphysical state you need. I personally like to stay wrinkle-free. All right, so let's just go to... Actually, we were talking about Kamala Harris. Let's start with Kamala Harris's speech. Now, this is 3 minutes and 12 seconds. I don't know why she's giving a speech and we have microphones, yet there is such a huge echo. Like, who is running the audio on this? Are those things even on?
Working to advance America's highest ideals, we are witnessing the wholesale abandonment of those ideals.
What the fuck are you talking about? I'm tired of this crap. No, you don't get to say that Donald Trump is the wholesale abandonment of American ideals. No. That was Joe Biden. The wholesale abandonment of American ideals was opening the border without even so much as a cursory check, giving away our economy to Ukraine again and again and again and again, simply because, and this is public knowledge, simply because his family made some deals with Ukraine. We ousted a government, and then the former president literally kept writing almost blank checks to another country because he was making money off the back end of it. So at the very least, if you're honest, you're calling what's going on now status quo. It's status quo. It's actually even better than that because Biden did all that crap subversively. They put argumentative reasons in front of it, like, oh, we have to defend peace and freedom. We have to defend democracy for an unelected leader of Ukraine. But with everything Trump's doing, it's at least out in the open. Like, I can at least admit it's out in the open. And I don't agree that it's the wholesale of those values and ideals. We believe in personal freedoms and the right for people to pursue freedom and happiness, but there was never ever a writing in there that you could just come here illegally and we'll just turn a blind eye to everything that you do in favor of allowing you that opportunity. That's a slap in the face to American citizens who are expected to obey the law every day. It's a slap in the face to every single American citizen, red, white, blue, Mexican, Puerto Rican, recently here, born here, second generation, first generation, fresh off the boat. It doesn't matter. If you're an American citizen, the way we have allowed illegal immigrants to not only come into this country en masse, but also not be held accountable for any crimes that they commit, is a slap in the face to every citizen who's expected to obey the laws of the country. It's a flat-out slap in the face. I'm shocked she's still alive. Dude, she's powered by wine. And she lives in California. She'll be fine.
President Trump.
All right, so we're cutting in between this. Of course, a whole bunch of people clapped. You picked up a group of Trump haters. They don't agree with you. They just hate Trump. And that's the other problem I have. This last election didn't become about who's right or who's wrong or whatever. It's who hates Trump and who doesn't hate Trump. BJ, Black Johnny, has entered the chat. Los Federales, good to see you. Why didn't that show up on why didn't that show up on the screen? Dark mode Johnny. T. Jefferson's one did. Strange. Mother Mary of Jesus, Rumble is working finally, says Wild Saffron. Rumble's working. Our KBS seems to be okay today. So I don't know if it's a Streamlabs thing or not. Upload speed seems to be good. Yep, why wouldn't I get a passport? I'll just come from the north or south. St. Caesar test. I was wondering the same thing. Right? It's like it didn't like your message. That's messed up because of the question mark? No. No, Los Federales typed BJ, Black Johnny, has entered the chat, and it was in little chevron-y carroty things, and it didn't work. That's strange. Does she laugh like a wounded hyena? I mean, kinda. Yeah, dude, it won't put those characters in the chat. Because T. Jefferson's thing took those out. Strange. Weird. All right. Yes, please. All right. We're keeping the phone up and on so we can stay apprised of what's going on with the internet. Hopefully we won't have to end the show early or anything, but if we do, we will. Johnny loves... Oh, no. No, he doesn't. T. Jefferson, no, he doesn't. Now, those are fun little jokes that are only had in the YouTube chat. That's not fair. That's not okay. Kamala was great in that match versus the Junkyard Dog. I think you have the wrong Kamala. I think you're thinking of Kamala the Ugandan Giant. This is Kamala Harris. The only thing she's ever had the only kind of battle match she's ever had is usually with a box of wine.
Trump and his administration and their allies are counting on the notion that fear can be contagious.
No. I'm tired of this pushing. I'm tired of you guys acting like he didn't win the largest public, the largest number of both sides of the aisle. The largest, most unified vote for a candidate. Stop acting like this person got in control because he's like, well, if you don't vote for me, I'll kill you. Like, that's not what happened. I am tired of you guys not accepting the fact that most of us liked what he said. Most of us liked what he wanted to do. So most of us were in favor of that over you. Especially those of us who believe you and the last administration were really just out to upend America and end it so that way your one world order can take over. Kamala Harris, the Ugandan giant's last name was Harris. No, really. That's fucked up. All right, anyways, let's end that there. Get rid of that one. Okay. So we have a little bit of political stuff that's going to start the show. Then we'll move off of that. But the KBS is being fucky again, so maybe it doesn't matter. The KBS fucky again. Says the woman that literally and figuratively sucked her way into politics. Right? Kamala was great in the match versus the great Mephisto. Don't even know. I don't really watch wrestling, if I'm honest, so I don't remember. Don't recall. Yeah, so I don't know about that, Mr. Q. That's obviously one man's opinion. But I will say, regardless of how she got into politics, it's not even how she got into politics. I don't care how Kamala Harris got into politics. The simple fact is, for the last 4 years, she did nothing but apparently get shit-faced, from the way it looked anyways. From the outside looking in, it looked like she spent her whole time drinking wine, and Joe Biden was apparently asleep at the wheel, and his family kept using his position to enrich themselves at the expense of the American people. Again, these are just facts of we wrote checks to Ukraine. Ukraine's incredibly corrupt government that's currently in power has been passing that money around themselves, and all of that government got elected after we ousted the current government by fighting people that were investigating Biden's son. So, just kind of weird. I love wrestling, and I don't remember that one. I remember the great Malenko. I don't mind wrestling. Wrestling's fun for me. It's fun to watch with a group of people that are into it at the time, like when it's happening. Like, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to go back and check out the great matches. I don't want to check it out every weekend. I'm not vested in it, interested in it personally. But if I'm hanging out with a group of people and they're like, yeah, man, we're excited. We're going to watch WrestleMania, or we're going to watch the new Raw or whatever. Like, all right, cool. It's as a group activity, fucking good time. Great time. Can't do it by myself. Let's see, ABC News. We've got the ABC News interviews. This is a collection of tweets from the ABC News interviews with Trump. I don't know. Do we care? Wait a minute. What? Leftists are so... What? Well, that doesn't look like that's... Yeah, I'm sorry. That's Photoshop. That's Photoshop. The MS-13 is Photoshop. But what are these on the knuckles? Marijuana. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't understand. And it's not even a live thing. It's a picture. I can see that Johnny. My love for it comes from watching wrestling with my grandma as a little kid. I didn't watch, I didn't get to watch TV a lot as a child because we didn't really have one. Like, we had, regular TV, but it was intermittent in terms of having cable, and we were a poor family in the country, and my dad and parents were always hey, go outside and play. And so didn't really watch a lot of TV as a kid. The most TV we watched was stuff that my dad liked, which is why as a young child I watched a lot of Babylon 5 and other shit. I watched wrestling a little bit when my dad cared for it a little bit, but then he moved on, and again, we didn't really do that. But they didn't do no wrong. What? Kamala, ain't nobody wanted a drunken cam guzzler as president who knee pads wear worn. All right. Several people had that problem with the phone app. A few creators were complaining too. Said it took their tech tards all week to fix it. Okay. The knuckle tats could be a code for something, or shitty ideas of a teenager because they are faded and fuzzy. Well, the knuckle tats, from what I understand, is they were explaining the like marijuana, smile, and then Christ is number one, and then I don't know why the Holy Ghost, the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, maybe that's what it is. But anyhow, so it's supposed to mean MS13, MS13. I don't know. The only reason Moran would twist the truth is because he wants to influence the American public rather than inform them. That's called activism. Yeah, dude, I don't know how we know. All right, let's go to this news clip.
Murderers, criminals in this country. We have to get them out, and we're doing it.
By law.
And you'll pick out one man, but even the man that you picked out, he said he wasn't a member of a gang. And then they looked, and on his knuckles, he had MS-13.
There's a dispute.
Well, wait a minute. He had MS-13 on his knuckles tattoo.
He had some tattoos that are interpreted that way. But let's move on.
Wait a minute. Hey, Terry.
He had some tattoos that were interpreted that way. Yes, they were interpreted that way because that's what the gang uses to identify their gang members. Again, the part he had some tattoos. They were interpreted that way. Yeah, they were interpreted that way because his wife, who he was beating, would hide the tattoos on Facebook posts. My parents were fucking boring. They watched Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune every fucking night, so I stayed outside until bedtime every night, says King Kong Dong. Yeah, my parents didn't watch, like, Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune and shit, but, yeah. At SH, I just gave up on my cat. Okay. Okay, but Jeopardy used to be fun. Jeopardy was actually really, really good. Alrighty, let's let's keep going here. They were interpreted that way because again, the gang doesn't literally just tattoo MS-13 onto people. A lot of the tattoos use symbolism. You don't say, I've killed people, you put teardrops on your eyes. Those are interpreted as tattoos for murders you've committed. So this is a really pointed fucking way to present this.
Terry.
He did not have the letter MS-13.
It says...
No, he didn't have the letters. Nobody has the fucking letters tattooed on their knuckles. They have, again, the... Oh, my God. I'm tired of this argument. No, he didn't have the letters. That makes it okay. He's only been held accountable of human trafficking, beating his wife, and committing a whole slew of other crimes that make me ask, why would we want this person to be an American citizen in the first place? And he's not an American citizen. Marijuana, M, smiley face, S, cross, one God. The cranium starts with C. C is the third letter in the alphabet. Therefore, tattoos, M equal MS-13, says Los Federales. Right. They speak in code. You are exactly right. Yeah, they don't put it out there like that. Yeah, he can be a sweet CT when he chooses to be. King Kong Dong, MS-13 is a type of MS, right? No, it's a gang. I like the tie, you son of a gun. Dude, I love the tie. The ties are nice. Like, someone was saying to me something about, like, a cheap tie or something. I'm like, no. The shirt, you can say it's a cheap shirt. I honestly don't know. I don't pay too much attention with the shirts. Mostly because a lot of times I'm wearing a jacket over the shirt, so the fucking shirt doesn't matter. But the ties, I love my ties. I love my ties. I get nice ties. I had a really, really nice tie that got ruined. It was a Deadpool tie. Fucking pissed. What kind of gang is Johnny in then? I'm not in a gang. I am not in a gang. I wanted to be a member of the Bloods, but I was told because of my condition I had to be a Crip. And I said, fuck that noise. I thought MS-13 was a food additive common in Chinese food. No. That's MSG. That's MSG, not to be confused with a highly biased news site, MSN. Oh, boy. Getting it all confused. There's too many M's. Let's start differentiating, people. Let's start differentiating. All right, so there's just clip after clip of these two going back and forth. Oh, boy. That's a bad one. All right, we're going to do this one just because I read the transcript and we're going to go through it. All right, look, I'm sorry. If you're trying to pin Trump on being a piece of shit, this is definitely not a way to go about it.
Elon Musk and Doge. Everyone knows that there's wasteful government spending.
Oh, God, yeah. There's been a shit ton of wasteful government spending. If I just added up how much money we wrote to Ukraine in the last 4 years alone.
It's really important. But the cuts have had some serious consequences.
Yeah. Because the people in government stacked it that way, so you can't make the cuts without having serious consequences. Johnny's in the wheelchair mafia. Shame on you, Pool Scam Sam. No such thing. Meat, love, mother, effer.
There have been cuts to foreign aid programs that...
Johnny, do you agree with Trump not letting Garcia Abrego coming back? I don't think anyone that's here illegally that's been committing crimes should get to stay. So no, I don't want him coming back. He was caught performing human trafficking, let go by Biden's DOJ like a year or two ago. He's apparently a wife beater. We don't need him back. On top of that, he's apparently a gang member. So yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. The reason why I'm not worried about it is because if there was really a super, like, he's a good dude and nothing about, we'd be talking about nothing but that person. But the person they bring up is this guy. And then when they don't bring up this guy, they bring up another guy. And every time you look into him, you find out, oh, well, the person that everyone's acting like was such a good person was actually caught in a raid at a known location where this gang was behaving. So they got swept up in the thing. What was it? The mother and father was the last one, and it turns out the mom was turning ladies out, and the father was running a torture house. Yeah, I'm really okay with them not letting them come back. You're the bomb, Johnny. I'm a fat piece of shit talking out of my ass. Let's be clear. Don't fillet me saying, "Oh, dude, you're awesome." No. I'm just talking out my ass. I have no effect on policy or whatever. That was my opinion, and it means nothing. Can we deport Aaron back to Tardland asking for a friend? I don't know where Tardland is. You're going to have to worry about that. I have kind of a personal invested interest in him staying where he is because I get paid to do his show twice a week, so I'm kind of happy with my relationship with Mr. Imholt. Thank you. And by the way, dude, prompt, first of every month, I woke up to a little notification that I got paid. It means everything.
Save lives and keep people alive overseas. There's been research at the National Institutes of Health on cancer, on Alzheimer's, that has had...
Yeah, there's also been large amounts of money that get put through. I'm tired. I grew up watching you guys in the news media talking about pork and sticking things into other bills and literally having bills for the farming community that also give subsidies to big tech. Like, I'm tired of you guys in government latching things that don't go together. And when one person finally comes in and goes, you know what, let's get rid of some of this fucking overspending shit, you've got so much crap clouded into it that you guys that want to protect that shit just go, look, they're canceling all this good stuff. And it's like, yeah, it's not like they set out to do that. You made sure that the shit that we don't want to have couldn't be canceled without taking the good stuff. It's called golden handcuffs. And if there's one thing the American government does great, it's convince people to slide on some golden handcuffs.
Had to be stopped. And the question I think people have is, did Doge go too far, too fast, too recklessly?
No, I think Doge has been, look, saved $150 billion. We saved, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of things right now under investigation, which is going to increase that amount by a lot. That's a tremendous amount of money. There were some things where, when I heard about them, I put them back, as you know. There are things that I'm considering right now putting back, but overall we've saved hundreds of billions of dollars.
Well, the original promise was $2 trillion, went to $1 trillion, now to $150 billion, and heading south.
You don't know what it's going to...
Oh, fuck you. How many times for the last 4 years have I done a story where the administration made a promise, the promise slid, it slid, and now it's nothing? And how many times did the administration before that and the one before that? Why are you going at this guy like he's the only one that made a promise that didn't keep it? I don't know if you know this or not, but the guy who probably didn't win the election last time, he made a whole lot of promises he didn't keep. In fact, the only promise he kept is that his family would totally get a whole lot of money from Ukraine.
To be, because we have things that are at a very high level that are being looked at right now. We also found tremendous waste, fraud, and abuse, as you know. We found a lot of fraud. There was a lot of fraud. Fraudulent things were taking place, and we ended that, and those people are going to be suffering because of it.
A legal note, fraud is a crime. There have been no referrals to the Justice Department on any of
Well,
these.
you don't know that, do you? How do you know that?
Have there been
How do you
referrals
know
to the,
that?
are there
Why,
criminal
how
referrals?
would you know that there were no referrals? I think there were referrals.
They generally, all right, there's
Okay.
been no investigation from the
How do
Justice
you know
Department.
that?
I'm asking you, sir.
Me?
You're not asking.
You're not asking me. You made a statement. You're not.
Yeah. Look, I don't like Donald Trump, but I want people doing this to news anchors from now on. I want people treating these news anchors in these interviews like fucking hostile attorneys and literally going at them being like, no, you're putting and pushing a pointed argument. Because they have. And he's right. You didn't ask a question. You made a statement. You said there have been no referrals. And when he asked how you knew that information, you had nothing for it. Because again, you don't know that there have been no referrals to the Justice Department. You're just saying there aren't. I grew up my whole life screaming, I want someone to investigate the fraud, waste, and abuse. So I'm sorry, I'm going to defend them doing that. He's still saving a fuckload of money. Right. Whereas the other people who said, we'll do this thing, it'll cost this much, it'll do that much. Remember the Biden's administration's promise on the buses, the program that they spent a whole bunch of money on that promised thousands upon thousands of electric buses, and it's like it ended up not even making 100 or some shit? How many times have we talked about that? Your complaint is, well, you said you'd save us $2 trillion, then it went to $1 trillion, now it's $150 billion. Yeah. The previous administration said that we were going to be locked down for 2 weeks. Oh, wait, no, that wasn't the previous. That was the one before. Trump may be crazy, but he isn't letting the news guy pulling his bullshit. Right, and that's the thing I like. I don't care about it being Donald Trump. I want everyone not letting the news people pull their bullshit on the right and the left. I want people literally arguing back to these news people when they spout this fucking pointed bullshit. Johnny, does T read super chats? No, I didn't get to it. I apologize. I clicked the thumb on them on the heart. We were on the thing. A minute ago, we missed POTUS Felonious with $2. Keep up the great show. Great job. Thank you, POTUS Felonious. It's not that I don't read super chats. It's just that I have 3 chats and I get distracted because I am a tard. Electric buses are cool, but I prefer electric boogaloo. I don't think that's the same thing. I think you're talking about a song. I'm talking about an actual government program that cost us money. Dude unironically said you've only saved $150 billion. Right. The dude unironically said, thank you, Roy Sombrero, you've only saved $150 billion. Thank you. I love you. Well, I love that you're part of the show. Thank you for the $2. We get a YouTube payment every the 21st of every month, and those payments knock down our goals. Our goal currently is at $35 for next Monday. If we get $35, then we're fully banked out for next Monday. If I have to end the show early, I'm going to take 15 off of whatever is left. If I have to end the show early today, I'm taking $15 off the goal. So if we're still on Monday and it's still at 35, we'll be down to 20. If it's on Tuesday at 65, we'll be down to 50. Whatever. If the show ends early today, the goal loses $15 or gets $15 added on it, depending on how you want to look at it. And there we go. He reads chats. He's just started, says Brian. How much did Joe save us? Oh. The answer to that, effing nothing. Not even a dime. In fact, I don't know if you know this. In the 4 years that Joe Biden's administration was in power, we massively inflated the deficit and the budget and everything. And it's just all $150 billion in his first 100 days. So that's over $1 billion a day. So by the end of his presidency, if he keeps it up, if he keeps it going, we might have 1/10 of the national debt paid off. And how sad is that? Again, it's not that and this was something I wanted to do, like I was going to pull up the CNN media page. There was an article on CNN where they're like, how this economy could be even worse than it seems. And it's like, wait a minute. Who said? Remember when you guys kept telling us that, you know, we were all just a bunch of retards because we just weren't super stoked about your economy? Like, why aren't people more excited about this amazing economy? Because it's not amazing. The economy now is better than it was before, but now suddenly it's more dangerous than it seems. It's just no yawning in this motherfucker. What does that tell you? No yawning. Well, I got plenty of sleep. Weather's kind of stabilized. My legs haven't been as bad. Slept in this morning. Drinking coffee. I don't know. What does it tell you? Throw in the Al Gore for $150 billion over 20 months. There's a savings of over $3 trillion. Because it was inflated shit. Now we're playing. Well, that's part of it. That's literally part of it. Part of it. And this is the thing too, where that's another reason why I don't join the fucking Trump hate wagons. Oh, this economy, blah, blah. I was sitting here screaming at the end of Trump's first term. Me and Aaron on the Steel Toe Show and Corey and them, like, we were all sitting there saying, look, dude, you write blank checks like this. You write checks to people. You're going to fucking cause inflation. That is a bill, and it will come due. Sorry, I yawn a lot more with the toe. Oh! Well, yeah, he starts so goddamn early. I yawn a lot more. Dude, I'm going to be honest with you. I love Aaron. Aaron's awesome as shit, but fuck, man. That fucking time slot is just getting harder and harder for me because first thing in the morning is when I'm at my worst. Like, first thing in the morning. The minute I wake up, fucking legs are stilty as shit. It's hard to move around. So just doing his show is awesome. I love it. But for me to get going, just, when I move, I'm going to hopefully find a better spot to set that up. Corey is better than Kiki and Gino, #fact. You know, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Everyone's entitled to your opinion. Really, weather is kicking my ass, says Mr. Q. Well, I mean, it's calmed down for me a little bit. Jews are always involved, always a problem, always a victim. All right, let's close this. We've got 2 hours at least in the program, hopefully. If not 2.5, but we're going to see how that all goes. So that's this. This is another one of those things where the pointedness of the media, where you make it a pick a side thing, like you're either for or against, Trump, like that kind of thing. You do yourself a disservice setting that up and doing that. You do yourself a huge disservice in that, sir. And so, like, as opposed to asking him questions like, you've saved $150 billion, yet you said the savings would be much more. Aren't you concerned? Like, there's so many ways he could have done that. But the pointedness of the because he knew who his audience was watching that interview. His audience was a whole bunch of people who had already made up their mind for or against, since there was no changing any minds. It was about getting fucking pat on the back points for, yeah, way to stick it to Trump, or for Donald Trump, yeah, way to tell the media to fuck off. Like, good or bad, I am confident that things will be worse. Things would be worse with Kamala as president. Oh, yeah. No, SH, that's literally, I have seen nothing yet that convinces me, you know what, we would have been better off with Wine Mom. I've never seen one thing that makes me think it would have been better that way. I think you're awesome in the morning slot. Well, thank you, Johnny 8 Books. I think I do okay. I have my good days and my bad, just like anyone else. It's not my best time. That's where I feel like I kind of disappointed, because I wish I could do better on his show. I might try to figure something out. It may be the morning shows is where Just Kidding is going to go, and the Toe will have you on during this time slot, but I'm spilling beans, and what? I have no idea what he's talking about. I have no idea what he's talking about. But I'm not going to, if I did mornings, I wouldn't start that early. Why should the audience suffer alone? Johnny, you need to disobey your support in the MS-13 gang. Your fans demand it. I need to disobey my support? I don't know if you know this. Multiple sclerosis and MS-13 aren't the same thing. I don't know why you guys are. Why Pool Scam Sam? What are you smoking? I might want to try that. $3 from Felonious bonus. Pair character punching in the air with fist and bump written on his knuckles. Oh, fuck! It's just the $3 and it's describing a super sticker. I was like, what is he writing? How much is a couple of pounds of candied coon? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't. If you're on that meat market thing, I got bad news for you. That was just a bit. I keep telling people it was just a bit. You guys started doing it. We did it as a bit, and we came up with the shirt. Let's check out the old Streamlabs merch. I'll throw these links in the chat in a little bit. But the Streamlabs merch, where you can go to streamlabs.com/justkiddingllc/merch. You can go there and you can pick out a variety of shirts. I'm going to update the text for the Johnny Really Can't Stand Y'all thing. But you can get the baseball shirt with the Cross-Crutches logo and the When Life Knocks You Down, Laugh It Off. That you can get your certified Digger mug in white or black, the Johnny's Exotic Meat Market mug in white or black, as well as the Johnny's Exotic Meat Market shirt in black or variety of color print black. So, actually, no, it's variety of color print white and variety of color print black, as well as variety of color for the hoodie and the patches and the bottles as well. Do you have an update on Matt? Why would I have an update on Matt? I don't. What's going on with Matt? I don't. I guess the short answer, no. Meat Market, says Roy Sombrero. Yeah, Johnny's Exotic Meat Market. It was a bit that got started a while ago, and so we made the shirt. There you go. Who's all in the Crutchstone Ranch? I don't know what you're talking about, King Kong Dong. I don't know what you're talking about. Corey tried the late night and late night work times. That is fucking brutal. Worse than mornings. I don't know what we're talking about. Yes, your fans demand more. Demand more what? Imagine if we still had a draft, there'd be multiple ongoing conflicts, right? Why not do the night shows with Aaron? Just a suggestion. It's up to Aaron. The night shows, ironically enough, the night shows were something that me and Aaron started doing on Wednesdays for the internet audience when we were back on the radio, and he wanted to give the internet audience something exclusive. So the exclusive Wednesday night shows, we would do them out of the studio until we got in trouble, and then for doing them out of the studio. And then we switched to Matt's garage, and we started doing them out of Matt's garage. Then April became part of the thing. We went from 1 to 3 days. I slowly got phased out of the night shows, and that's just the way it went. How are the gorillas feeling today? There are no gorillas. You're a good soul, and I love I love good souls. Well, thank you, POTUS Felonious. I like your handle. There's nothing truly dirty about it, but it's like a fun little joke, and it's just something phonetically is so pleasing to say. POTUS Felonious. All right, so now something completely different. This is a little unfortunate to watch. I don't know how this person is doing. In fact, let's see if it says it in the description before we press play. This is from last night. A fan was taken to the hospital and is listed in critical condition. So this person is listed in critical condition. So we're going to take you live now to the news. Well, not live. We're going to take you now to the news story. Johnny, you should have Corey Adam on the show. Corey usually doesn't respond to my texts. He's usually kind of busy, and I don't think he wants to be on my show. But if he wanted to, I'd totally have Corey on. Mostly, he'd probably just come on and call me a piece of shit. So, I don't care. I mean, it'd still be fun. I miss him. I hope he's doing well. Corey's really, really good as a stand-up. Like, for whatever you like about him online, he's way better as a stand-up. So, I always want to see him doing stand-up. I hope he's doing good with that. That's a bummer, man. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's go to this story now. This is sports. We got to take the audio off.
Baseball fan is in the hospital after he fell from the stands during a Pittsburgh Pirates game. Take a look.
When you look at it like in slow-mo, it just looked
dear
like
Lord.
He was like jolting up because it was a huge play.
Just bizarre. Players frantically trying to alert the umpires and security there. The man was laying right there on the field in the outfield. The game stopped for about 10 minutes while they attended to the man. Players took a knee. First responders rushed him to the hospital.
Why?
The fact of how it went down, and
He looks like he
And then,
flung himself over.
laying motionless,
He flung himself over.
while the play's going on. It's extremely unfortunate. I mean, that's an understatement.
Now, the fan was listed in critical condition overnight. Pittsburgh police say detectives from the Violent Crimes Unit are investigating, but they did not elaborate on what may have led the man.
Violent Crimes Unit? I'm sorry, I've watched this 3 times now, and it's disturbing, but Jesus, nobody touched him. He just... We went to B-dubs with Corey, and when we left, he got out of his car to slap me in the face at a stoplight. Okay. Johnny, I want to see you do stand-up. I mean, stand up. Maybe later. Maybe later. He said goodbye, cruel world. He went to B-dubs, and when... Yep. The team... was the team losing that bad? I don't know. But again, dude, I'm not going to play it anymore in case it'll get me in issues. But, like, was he pushed? I don't think so. I don't think so. Was he vaxxed? I don't think it matters. But was he pushed? It didn't look like he was pushed at all. It looked like he just leaned forward and flipped over the rail. Like he just leaned forward and flipped over the rail. I'm watching it right now. I'm not going to put it back on the screen. But I'm watching it right now.
On what may have led the man.
Yeah, he just leaned forward, flipped over the rail. He leaned over this railing and just went forward, ass over tea kettle. No, he dove like there was a pool in there. All right, so he dove over the rail. But the point is, he certainly...
To fall. Houston Rockets, well, they're still alive in the NBA playoffs. The Rockets beat Golden State 131-116 last night.
Why are you going over other sports stats while just playing the guy diving over the rail on repeat? That's really up, you guys. All right, look at this dude kind of possibly end his life. Nobody knows why. Nobody knows what was going on. He looks like he passed out too drunk. Maybe that was it. Maybe he got drunk and he passed out. Who knows what the problem was? Either way, just that guy's diving over the rail again and again. Now, remember, the Houston Rockets have a real chance to score victory tonight. Damn, that's high. Yeah, it was over 21 feet. It was over 21 feet. I knew a buddy who fell from a second-story balcony. That's not quite as high as that. He was in the hospital for months. He's in critical condition. Yeah. He's in critical condition. How about those Timberwolves? Normally I wouldn't care, but I hate LeBron James, so I'm glad they won. Well, hey, yeah. I wasn't paying attention to that. While it's Efron, dehydration strikes again. Something. Either that dude was upset about something or he had had way too much. But one way or another, 21-foot fall. Oof. I hope he's okay. I hope he's okay. I guess you could say that dude really floundered. Oh. Why does this chat move faster than Mersh's? It has its ups and downs. I don't know. I don't watch Mersh's chat. Does Mersh's chat not move as fast? Maybe it moves. Today's maybe an abnormal day. If I know. I just keep up with the chat as best I can. I hang out with you guys. We have fun. That's the whole point of this here program. Speaking of which, this program has 2.5 hours left, but we may have to end early in an hour or more when the tech gets here. I have someone watching for the tech to let him go around and check everything. His BAC was 0.2. Oh, yeah, he was drunk as if his BAC was 0.2. So he passed out. He made the top rail uninhibited, alcohol 9.7. I don't know if I would. Yeah, if his BAC was 0.2, that's bad. Johnny, did you hear about them shootings across Minneapolis yesterday? Killed one of the natives' high-ranking members. I did not. I'm not happy to hear that. I certainly don't want to see. They have gangs now in Minneapolis. Like, dude, isn't that supposed to be a utopia? A liberal utopia, whatever. How can you afford to get that drunk at a baseball game? Those things are like $20 a drink. He's probably smuggling something in. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a flask somewhere. If his BAC was 0.2, he's got to be drinking something extra. He's got to be bringing in something from outside. Hard liquor is the only way to get, like, beer, and you're going to get to 0.02? All right, so we have a couple of videos left. We have I thought this was a. We don't have a video? Damn. All right, so that's a rip and read. We'll do that one eventually. But we've got that. We have a thing about the White House, a thing that they've issued. And we've got this video. Ooh, let's see. Neither of these two have videos, so we're going to do one rip and read video, other rip and read. POTUS Felonious, I don't know you, but I can tell you're a good dad, bro. No, I'm not. I'm not a good dad. I try to be the best father I can for my daughter, but in my opinion, the limitations I have make me a shitty dad. I don't spend enough time with her. I can't do enough stuff with her, and I'm not happy about that. She doesn't know any of that. I certainly don't say any of that to her. We have a fucking ball of a time together. When I'm, the way I'm shucking and jiving for money for you guys, twice as hard when I'm with my daughter. When I'm with my daughter, I am performing at top fucking level. I am not doing anything other than making sure she has a good old time. But yeah, I try to do it. You're providing. Johnny's legs don't work. Yeah, I'm not providing much, but yes, I am trying. Yes, King Kong. Thank you. Whoa, breaking my headphones. But yes, thank you for those positive affirmations. I really appreciate it. Doing what I can. Gonna be setting up a fucking GoFundMe to set up moving, but doing what I can for sure. Thank you for that. First story here. We'll do the White House one since we're on it. The White House has officially ordered the University of Pennsylvania to rescind all awards Leah Thomas won while swimming as a woman. You guys mentioned being a dad. As a dad, regardless of whether or not I am good or bad, personally I think bad, but whatever. Regardless of whether I'm good or bad as a dad, this is one argument I am going to stand on the front fucking line of for my daughter and any other girl that has to compete against a guy. Specifically, this Leah Thomas issue, with everything I've learned about it, yeah, no, that guy just didn't want to fucking compete against the dudes because he sucked. And as a guy, that's despicable. So that's my first problem. Secondly, those ladies had to fucking shower and change with him. That's my second problem. Not allowed, not cool. He was kind of pervy. Fucking not all right. Third problem, this dude couldn't make it in the top 400 in men. Taking fucking titles as a woman. Anyone who believes women don't have enough opportunities automatically should say this guy shouldn't be there. And if you're a man who believes you're a woman, then wouldn't you take it upon yourself that God gave you the opportunity to represent women in a place where women couldn't be represented with other men because women can't naturally hack it with other men? It's something above and beyond to do that. Straight up 10 motherfucking toes down. Okay. I have no idea what that means. I'm glad both of Nikki's daughters are in rodeo and barrel racing so they don't have to worry about the Transformers. Either way, I'm glad that they are doing this. The Trump administration said Monday that the University of Pennsylvania violated laws guaranteeing women. I agree with this completely. Guaranteeing women's equal opportunities in athletics by letting transgender swimmer compete on the school's women's team and into team facilities. It's somehow weird that they're like, hey, no. Equality is making an entire group of women in a facility feel uncomfortable before and after their swim meets and making an entire sport unfair for women for one guy. That's equality. What? No, it isn't. No, it isn't. All right. So, yes, I am wholeheartedly against separating men and women's sports. And if you're a man and you suddenly decide you want to be a woman and compete in their sports, no. If you have any respect for women at all, you'd be like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to compete in the men's sports because I've got the testosterone levels to do it. And I can say, hey, you just got beat by a girl. Like, there you go. I'm back. That's my purse. Don't know you. That's how you handle this. What? I don't know what that means. I'm going to go with it. I'll just assume you're right for now. Just for now. We'll get back to it later. But yeah, thank you. All right. So let's get over here. We've got that. So that's the Trump one. The University of Pennsylvania was told to do that. In a statement issued to the university stating that the university will comply with the Title IX in all of its athletic programs, restore to all female athletes all individual athletic records, titles, honors, awards, or similar recognition for Division I swimming competitions misappropriated by male athletes competing in the female categories, and send a letter to each female athlete whose individual recognition is restored, expressing an apology on behalf of the university for allowing her educational experience in athletics to be marred by sexual discrimination. I love this. For too long, we've been using equality and acceptance as a justification for sexual discrimination. I love that we're calling it out. University of Penn has a choice to make to do the right thing for its female students and come into full compliance with Title IX immediately, or continue to advance the extremist political project that violates federal anti-discrimination laws and puts University of Penn's federal funding at risk. Yeah, they'll probably. Once you start pulling on the purse strings, you're going to see some attitudes change. So which bathroom does Carlos Mencia use, seeing as he has no dick? He's still alive? Huh. I don't know. It's not my problem. That's my purse meaning. Oh.
Give me your purse.
Oh, it's a King of the Hill bit. This will probably get me demonetized.
Now.
That's my purse. Don't be afraid to shout it. That's my purse. Try it again. That's my purse. I don't know you.
I may have just accidentally paused it at the best part ever. All right. I don't know that I would go quite that heavy, Wild Saffron, but yeah, I don't. Again, I am not in favor of any biologically born man that wants to compete against women, especially if they take the public platitude of that they identify as a woman and they sympathize with women's struggles and blah 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 blah. Right. You do all of that, but now the first thing you do is bitch slap every woman you compete against. Fuck that noise. If you were half the lady you claim to be, you'd take on the boys. Tell the boys fuck off and be like, hey, you'd wave your fake floppy titties in their face and you go, hey, you just got beat by a girl, and then you'd walk off and you'd watch that dude just die inside, and that's how you win. That's female equality for a transgender athlete. But if you're saying, no, I need to compete against the ladies, especially since I can't hack it against the guys, I don't know who else. Literally, And frisbee golf, regular golf, if you played from the ladies' tee, what the fuck's wrong with you? Kind of idea. Unless, of course, you're a lady. That's what the ladies' tee is for. Actually, I don't know. Does frisbee golf have ladies' tees? I don't even remember. I haven't played frisbee golf in a while. I don't know if they have ladies' tees. I once fell in a river of chocolate at a magic candy factory, says Pool Scam Sam. All right. I never did. $1.99 from PreyX12. Lol. Thank you for the $1.99. Again, the 21st of every month, we get our Rumble or our YouTube payment, and that buys out however much time. We usually count it on the buyouts. We might have to start switching that this weekend when we move everything else over. We might just spend some serious time crunching numbers, figuring out the difference, and just keep a calculator up over here, and then you throw in your $1.99. We punch it in, and we just let you know where the goal's at and how it's going every once in a while and see what's up. Either way, thank you for being part of the program. Let's get over here. Instantly shut down. What? I have no idea what the hell we're talking about. No idea. Cameraman accidentally airs this crew member on television too soon. I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. Reached a new low. Oh, finally done. Nope. Jack Doherty ain't going nowhere. I got bad news for you. All right, so let's get over to this story. There is a magma cap beneath Yellowstone Mountain, and geoscientists have discovered the magma cap beneath Yellowstone National Park, providing new insights to one of the world's largest active volcano systems, natural pressure release valve. This isn't the one that I wanted. I wanted the one about the Anchorage. Yellowstone isn't in Anchorage, Alaska. I wanted the one about the Anchorage, Alaska thing. Yeah, fuck Ace. Where?
Scientists discovered a magma cap underneath Yellowstone National Park, revealing new clues to the state of one of the world's largest active volcanic systems. Researchers from Rice and several other universities made the discovery by using an advanced seismic imaging truck to create custom tiny earthquakes, locating the cap approximately 2.4 miles below Earth's surface. The magma cap
to create tiny earthquakes. So let me get this straight. You don't know how Yellowstone works. You don't know what's going on over there. But you thought what you do to figure it out is get a fancy monitoring device and then just shake the shit out of it. That seems like a really bad idea. What if you set it off? Let's not use earthquakes over the active effing volcano, please. I love abusing that sounder. And people might be like, why? Why do you like abusing that sounder? Because Crowder's a dick. That's why. Because Crowder's a dick. Because non-compete and not allowed to talk about anything I do to you clauses are shitty things to do. And because, yeah, fuck Crowder. Sorry, Johnny. Got the same thing you do. Sorry, Johnny. Got the same thing you do. So monies. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I think. Shake the baby, right? Yeah, dude, don't shake. Don't shake the baby. Don't shake the baby. Don't shake the active volcano. Don't approach it with seismic activity. I'm a tard, and even I know that's a bad idea.
acts like a lid, trapping heat and pressure, and plays a vital role in preventing a major eruption. The geoscientists discovered the gas is consistently venting through cracks and channels in the cap, much like steady breathing. This natural pressure release process indicates that the system remains stable. This discovery gives us a deeper understanding of Yellowstone's underground system and highlights just how important it is to keep monitoring the area.
Yeah, because if those cracks fill up, now we got a big old super volcano. Stop. I hate that. I hate that you can't let me watch a story without sticking me on a new one.
Treatment of migraine with or without.
We got to get our ad revenue. I don't give two shits. All right. So let's close that out. We have a story about an Uber driver, but I could have swore maybe it's not in this part. Maybe it was in the first part of the story. Mount Fuji, Bernie Sanders, experienced nationwide power outage, Maine politician, commercial after Navarro get into a shouting match. Right, I want to get to that. Parents, Tren de Agua members, speedboat, Big Mike, chemical castration. Yep, never mind. I don't know. I don't have it anywhere. I don't have it anywhere. The one that I grabbed was not the one that I thought it was. All right, well, we'll get to this last story, then we'll move to our second hour stuff. We're halfway through the second hour. I have to do two things. I have to turn on my my camera. Yeah, just it wasn't there before. All right, I have to turn on my camera. Virtual webcam. Start virtual webcam and close. And then I got to get my Discord app up for our girl. She said she might stop by when she was done with her reading stream, and her reading stream will probably be ending in like a half hour or so. Introducing the Streamlabs High widget. It seems like you made Fiery very happy, man. I don't know what that means. I have a job interview to manage a Radio Shack. Wish me luck. Dude, are Radio Shacks still open? You have to turn on your audience and turn off your hates. What? Oh, haters. You have to turn on your audience. Oh, okay. I thought the way that was phrased, you have to turn on your audience and turn off your haters. I don't know what the fuck. I got confused, although that's easy. Anyways, let's scroll down to this over there and boop boop. And then we'll close that. Where is it? Discord. Bam. All right. There we go. There we go. Okay. Pool scam. Yes, good luck to you, Pool Scam Sam. Are those really still a thing? I thought Radio Shack died like decades ago. I thought Radio Shack died before the VHS. Let alone Blu-ray. All right, let's close this tab. I don't even know why it's open. Strange. Weird. All right, so we'll read this story, then we'll get to our second hour stuff. We've got a lot going on in the second hour as well. So thank you for joining us. Radio Shack offers quality electronics at affordable prices. They did. It's just they're still alive. I thought Radio Shack had closed. What do you want from me? All right, let's get over here. Uber driver. An Uber driver wearing a retired drug dealer shirt was arrested with 24 grams of meth found in his car. I don't know how retired you can be with 24 grams of meth in your car. So I'm going to say that this shirt is false advertising. If you have 24 grams of meth in your car, you're an active drug dealer. I'm sorry. How much meth do you need on a personal level? You need 24 grams worth? Damn, man. I mean, you might as well be saying wearing a shirt that says retired lawyer. Where's Discord? There. Mr. Q, is this Radio Shack near a JCPenney? Do they still have their battery club, says SH. At Radio Shack, we strive to make you, the customer, completely satisfied. Well, in order to do that, I'm going to need a little bit of baby oil and a rub and tug. I call it the P. Diddy experience. So how committed are you now? Yes, it is in the mall across from Kmart, says Pool Camp. Great. So after you're done saving on your blue light special, you can go over and be part of the battery club. I will say their battery club on paper looks great. But if you just hear about it, it sounds kind of fucked up. Dude, I still have stock in Circuit City. Oh, man. God, there was a while that my dad was like a big Best Buy person. I'm still surprised to this day that Best Buy's still going, but yeah, I understand what you mean. Sure. All right, let's link the PayPal, the Venmo, and all those to the chats. And where are we here? And there we go. That's cultural appropriation by what? An old white dude. All right, if you want to support the show, you can do it through PayPal, Venmo, Streamlabs, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, Twitch Bits, and the merch store. So we're going to put and link all of those in the chat for you. Pin this message. And I don't have my my Twitch one. Oops. I never popped out my Twitch chat. Tarded. Let's pop out the Twitch chat. Throw it up over here. Oh, the bit rate's been jumpy. That upload speed's been key. So we're going to do this. We're definitely changing the software, and if the problem persists, it's not the software. So software change is happening, and dude, the tariffs, the Xbox Series X2 TB console is now $750, and first-party games are now $80. I'm definitely not getting the Xbox Series X2. Or is it the Series X 2 terabyte console? I have a Series X. Why would I change and get a new one? Why don't I just keep the one I have? Thank you, Chevy JB, gifting a subscription to, or Atomic Ray gifting a subscription to Chevy JB. I appreciate that. We're going to go and get Rumble's payout in the next day or two, and that'll probably buy out a bunch of time. Johnny hates black men, too big to fit comfortably. No, I don't hate black men. I don't have that problem either because I'm straight. But you know, you do what you got to do. All right. So again, the bit rate, according to what I'm seeing here on the upload speed, is cardiac arrhythmia all over the place again. So I'm sorry if the stream has been wonky for anybody. We're gonna kind of soldier through. Today is hopefully the last day of dealing with this BS because we have a tech that'll be arriving in like a half hour to an hour and a half. And when they get here, hopefully we can keep doing the show while they're doing whatever they're doing. But if they have to interrupt our internet stream thing or whatever, we'll shut down the show. If the show shuts down, we're taking $15 off the goal because we're kind of kicking you guys in the dick. I still get a check for every 0.14. I still get a check for 14 cents every quarter for my one share of WWE stock. Well, that's interesting. I gave up on gaming in 1984 with Pac-Man, says Bench Top Models. I game like a crazy person. I'm doing my last raid with my World of Warcraft guild tonight, and I'm stepping away from raiding to focus on packing, saving up money, finding a place, apparently starting a GoFundMe for that project, and doing all of that while working on side projects to try and set up a Patreon thing. So we're doing a lot over here in this neck of the woods, and I got to get moving. Let's load our second hour stories quick. I forgot to do that. All right, and boop. We've got a story about a Mount Fuji climber. We've got a story about Bernie Sanders. We'll touch briefly on the power outage thing. We're going to talk about a Maine politician who had a transgender ideology thing that they criticized. And then we've got CNN having to cut to commercial after Shermichael, that's his name, Shermichael. After Shermichael Singleton and Anna Navarro got into a shouting match. I want to know why. And then we've got Marco Rubio talking about Biden's State Department. And for people like me, it's just a giant pile of confirmation bias. But we're going to do that. We're going to get through those, hopefully all in time. I hate that rivals will drop you into losing matches when you try to find matches. Hey, these guys are fucked and about to die. Run in there. T. Jefferson, this is something I've always thought about those games. Overwatch, Rivals, all of them. if it throws you into a losing match, if it throws you into a match where someone else bailed, and clearly you're on the losing end of it, if you're filling in for someone else who DC'd, you should be given some sort of bonus reward for losing. Because you came in to a random match to help out, things were already behind the 8 ball, and you got your dick pushed in. Throw a couple of those fucking money credit things at it. It happens enough. If it happens enough, you get yourself a freaking premium skin. Seems fair. It takes what? Like 1,000? It takes like 1,000 or no, 1,600. It takes like 1,600 for some of the cheapest skins, right? So give people like 50 credits a time, right? They get put in a shit ton of losing matches. Now they can go get a skin, have some fun. I'm black, Johnny. I'm black. Los Federales, I'm black, Johnny. I'm back. Yeah, you say you're black. I don't know if you are or not. Like, I have to take your word for it. I don't disbelieve you. But the fact that you use an AI picture of me being black is hilarious. Absolutely, man. Otherwise, it just tanks your win-loss ratio. Absolutely. If it's going to, your win-loss ratio, if it's going to go on your record, if you came in to help out, not intentionally, but you came in and you ended up being someone who's like, oh, I guess I'm going to turn. You know what is really fun, though, when you show up and you end up turning it around? Or when someone bails and you get a new guy and it ends up turning it around. That's hilarious. Johnny's KBS dropping quicker than Jamal's mixtape. Right? It is a huge problem. We are fighting it as valiantly as we can. I've decided to just mostly just kind of put my head down and motorboat through it and try and do a show. Because, again, yes, my KBS, as I'm looking at it, is rather erratic. Now, I personally have been on the belief that my upload speed has been having issues because of Charter, Spectrum, whatever you want to call them. People have been telling me yesterday, I've been learning since yesterday, that it might be a software issue with Streamlabs Desktop. So, since I've had other issues with Streamlabs Desktop, I need to save money. I'm thinking I'm going to switch over to the Stream Elements setup this weekend, after the game stream especially, and we're gonna swap it over. We're gonna stop paying for these things and just call it a day. Hopefully that'll save my ass a huge amount of trouble. Johnny, I told you I'm a black Puerto Rican gender neutral Jew that identifies as Canadian. Right, you told me that, and I have no proof of it. You're just a name in a chat, man. That's why I don't take any of you too seriously. All right, so let's go to, what was it, this one? Man airlifted from Mount Fuji. So we'll read this one quick. A climber was airlifted with altitude sickness near the peak of Japan's Mount Fuji last week. The climber then returned to the slope and was rescued a second time just 4 days later, authorities said. Officials urged people to be aware of the harsh conditions of the country's tallest peak during its off-season. The climber is identified only as a 27-year-old Chinese student living in Japan. He made an emergency call on April 22nd and was airlifted after developing symptoms of altitude sickness, police said, adding that his climbing irons also were damaged. On Saturday, he returned to the mountain's Fujinomiya Trail, about 3,000 meters, nearly 10,000 feet above sea level, to look for his cell phone and other belongings left behind. The Shizuoka Prefectural Police said another climber found him there, unable to move, after he apparently developed altitude sickness for a second time. Dude, you're just not rated to get that high, all right? As a pothead, I understand. But you're just not rated for it. It's not what you're meant for. Don't do that. Don't keep going. Just give up. The cell phone's gone, the wallet, the rest of it. Firstly, that's Japanese for suicide forest. I have no idea what you're talking about. I have about 20 players working well in Overwatch 2, and each season starts anew, so screwy some more. So scree some more. I don't know what he means.
They do give bonuses in Overwatch 2. I enjoy those losing matches of players that are clueless to the map. Oh, I haven't played Overwatch 2 in a while. I really haven't played much Overwatch 2. So I'm sorry, I didn't know that. Los, that reminds me of Midget Eskimo next on Cherry. What? Yeah, that is funny. You drop in, bury the winning team is a fun feeling, just rare. Yeah, no, it is. It's so rare. Los, that reminds me of, oh, yeah. Scry. Scry? I don't know. Kiriko player, Scry me more. I play Marvel Rivals just because I like the destructible maps and the characters being based off of the Marvel universe, but I also was hopeful that we'd get Deadpool by now. I thought that was a little bit of an outside hope, but the fact that we don't even have any idea of when Deadpool will be showing up, it means I might start losing a lot of interest in it. Personally, I'm kind of losing interest in it. It's always the same. I don't know. You know what I know? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so if we could end that story there, I feel like the second time, if you climb up a mountain and have to be rescued for altitude sickness, shame on you. But if you climb up a mountain and have to be rescued for altitude sickness again, shame on me. Like, at what point do we just have to leave you there? Johnny, I told you. Oh, yep, we covered that. We're all good. Oh, welcome back to the chat room. So the chat disconnected and reconnected at least once over on Twitch. If you die climbing Everest, they just leave your frozen body as a warning to turn back, retards. Right? They should have left this Chinese guy there, too. DP will definitely show up, but yeah, who knows when. I still just say, yeah, don't go back for your stuff. Or at least don't go back alone. You suffered altitude sickness. I don't even know what altitude sickness is. But you suffered altitude sickness and you're going back there to get your shit? Like, I don't know, buddy. Maybe don't. And why, when they rescued you, didn't they grab it? That seems weird, like they wouldn't grab your belongings. Were you camping and they rescued you from a camp? It's curious. All right, so we've got that. We've got a video of Bernie Sanders. This is from a little while ago. So I have said for a long time that I want term limits. And I get that people look older than they are or younger than they are by genetics and stuff. But I think we can all agree it's time for Bernie to go. And if you don't agree it's time for Bernie to go, I give you exhibit what the fuck. Yeah! He's here to help everybody. He's here for you. And you. And you. And he's here to talk to you.
Sisters and brothers, welcome to your nation's capital.
I think you're going to be on this side, Bernie.
I'm going to be on this side. All right.
I mean, the first clue of that was the fact that the podium is slanted upwards. I think you're going to be on this side. Oh, I'm going to be on this side. Oh, I'm sorry. I was so busy spouting socialist ideals out of the side of my ass. I couldn't pay attention to the sign in front of me or the fact that my paper was leaning away from me. The way it is at literally every podium that's been made since the Dark Ages. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize the people we paid to have standing behind me like I have a lot of support were not the people I was here to talk to. Term limits. Age limits. I'm sorry. Left, right, I don't care. You're too old. Get the hell out of there. You, Nancy Pelosi, frickin' Mitch McConnell, all of you old Get the hell out of office. I'm tired of you guys getting to make decisions for other people and getting to make decisions for the country and the institutions in it when we all know in a couple of years you won't be here. No. You don't get to write the rules anymore. Get out. He was looking for groupies. Bernie fucks, says T. Jefferson. After I'm done with this speech, I would like to know how many of you would like to come back to my hotel room. I intend to lay a couple miles of pipe. I would love to get your vote first, but I would like to get your goat in my hotel room. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's just that. Bernie's just someone who fucks.
Well,
again, you can even see from the still angle here, the podium slants out towards them. So he was going to lean. Hasn't he been in government since the Ice Age already anyway? He just learned how podiums work today? No. He's old and senile, and he makes curmudgeony old man mistakes, which is fine for a guy who's just living on his own or in one of his many mansions. But for someone in government, it's not okay. So, joke's on you, he only uses the hotel room bit for daycares. Park your kids at the hotel, and I'm going to park my schwanz into your sniz. How weird would it be, like Bernie Sanders dirty talking? Just like, I like that. Now tell me I'm going to affect your gross domestic product. Yeah, scream I don't have health care. It turns me on. Oh, it's just replaying this. Then fuck it. We're done. We don't need to keep going. But yeah, so Bernie Sanders, again, confused by a podium. And you might be like, Johnny, that's one incident. That's one incident. It's one incident of him being too old to stay in office. And it's not just him. Like I said, Bernie Sanders, Mitch McConnell. How many times have we watched Mitch McConnell reboot live on TV? How many times have we watched it? Don't believe. And you could just see the fucking spinning wheel of death just going around and around. How many times have we watched Bernie Sanders, Mitch McConnell, Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden, all of these old people, probably Donald Trump by the end of his term, I'll be honest. How many times have we seen these old people literally just have their KBS drop in real time? Enough. Enough is enough. In your toolbox. What? Where is my wrench? Says Mr. Blue Sky. And Brian saying, in your toolbox. Why would you have a wrench, Mr. Blue Sky? I'll be honest. I know everybody that has that I see having a wrench. I don't just wrench random people. So where is your wrench? Where did you leave it? Spain experiencing a power outage. It wasn't such a bad deal. You know what? I think we actually talked about this yesterday, where they put up a bunch of memes making fun of them. So we're going to ditch it. PreyX12, hit the thumbs up. Yeah, hit that like button. Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'm sure you'll figure it out. Holy shit, China is finally sending us an invasive species worth reading. Have you seen mitten crab news? Fallen the Great, no, or worth eating. Mitten crab. I don't know anything about that. You know what? We'll look into the mitten crab in just a mitten. We'll look into the mitten crab in just a minute. But we have to see this first story. Hey, kitten. Oh, come here. Come here. Hey, kitten. You want attention? You can have attention. But you know the rules. I snuggle you, you little furry pain in my ass. All right. You're going to leave. Let me get my cord out of the way. All right. This time we're experiencing Johnny's KBS going up, down, up, down. Yes, Saint Caesar. You keep making that joke. It's just weird. Johnny, can we talk about the power outage sometime when we play games? It's 100% caused by science shit. Oh, absolutely. We can totally talk about it when you're on the show. the power outage being caused by science shit. We'll talk about this Friday. This Saturday, I don't know if I'm doing. I'm either playing Marvel Rivals or V Rising. I kind of want to do V Rising because if anything else, we can start a fresh game or play the one that I'm on. But it's like a lot of fun. I have fun with that. Like I'm constantly doing something. I'm never just standing there. So it's just like, all right, yeah. Chinaman woman prostitutes has mitten crabs. Did you expect lobster? Mr. Blue Sky, I don't know what you're attempting to get at, but I don't know. Anyways, let's look into this mitten crabs thing then that Fallen the Great was telling us about. Mitten crabs, Chinese mitten crab videos. Facts, mitten crabs. Mitten crabs, invasive species. CBS Evening News. This is 19 hours ago. But that's 20 seconds. Can we have a little bit more? 22 hours ago. Oh, this is on Instagram. Jesus, I don't want to do that. All right, so this is going to be a short one, too. Chinese mitten crab fact file, British wildlife facts. All right, we'll go with this. A fucking... Oh, a TikTok video.
There's a be on the lookout alert in the Pacific Northwest. For the first time, a large male Chinese mitten crab was recently spotted in an Oregon river. A sign the highly invasive species is migrating from Northern California. They cause damage to infrastructure and fisheries and are capable of climbing as high as 13 feet.
That's it.
Make life take the lemons back. Get mad. I don't want your damn lemons. What am I supposed to do with these? Demand to see life's manager. Make life...
Hold on one second. Let's see what this is. This is Martha with Dental Benefits Group. I'm waiting for a tech. I'm waiting. Dude, I should have with her. I should have with her really bad. This is Martha with Dental Benefits Group. Well, Martha, I'm kind of waiting for an ambulance. I'm bleeding out from a gunshot, and I was expecting you to be them. So, how about you fuck off? Is that your fucking ringtone? Yeah, dude. My ringtone is well, actually, yeah, no, I'll play my ringtone. I love my ringtone. Oh, Dave is on the way. All right. I better tell Bith. All right, Dave is on the way. Dave's not here, man. So there we go. We may end up having to end the show early. I certainly hope not. But before we do that, let's find this. Where is boop and settings?
I'm telling them keep your pants on.
Yeah, dude, I love those things. Where's my... I'm telling them keep your pants on. Call screen. Emoji. Contact ringtones. Where's my ringtone? Sound and vibration. Ring volume, phone ring, lemons.
All right, I've been thinking. When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Get mad. I don't want your damn lemons. What am I supposed to do with these? Demand to see life's manager. Make life rue the day it thought it could give Cave Johnson lemons. Do you know who I am? I'm the man who's going to burn your house down with the lemons. I'm going to get my engineers to invent a combustible lemon that burns your house down.
That's my ringtone. I love my ringtone. And if you don't, that's your problem. All right. So let's close that out. All right. Like I said, we have an hour and a half left in the program. If we have to end the show early, I'm taking $15 off the goal, which is still at $35 currently, but we'll see what happens. There has been nothing on PayPal and Venmo according to notifications. We'll check that in just a second. But first, Democrats are very upset for this Maine representative because she spoke out against the trans ideology. So Maine Representative Laura Libby, a Republican, has been censored by Democrats for speaking out against transgender athletes. Libby has gone as far as to file a lawsuit against House Speaker Ryan Fecteau as the state House clerk under the 14th Amendment Equal Protection Clause. It's so hilarious that the Democrats, the party of like, hey, we're the party for the women and the women's rights, are the ones that are actively pissing on women's rights. Like, you can say what people have done on the right to ruin women's rights. You might or might not have a point. But, like, the ones who are continually actively pissing on them are the feminists. It's weird. Wild saffron mitten crabs. But can the survive a 13-foot fall? Or a 13-inch fall? I don't know. They can climb, though. So if you put up nets to keep the crabs out of, like, fisheries and stuff, they can still climb over them, I think is what they're saying. And they rip apart shit. Because, again, those seem like that's what they would do. Maine representative, state lawmaker, censored by her colleagues for her comments on transgender athletes, asked the Supreme Court to allow her to resume voting as her legal challenge proceeds. State Representative Laura Libby, Republican, does not challenge the verbal censure itself, but instead asks the justices for an emergency injunction blocking Maine House Speaker Ryan Fecteau's, Democrat, declaration that Libby cannot speak on the floor or vote until she recants her view. So literally dissension from a Democrat means that you're not allowed to vote? Oh, yeah, that's totally democracy. 2 years ago, wait, what? She posted this on Facebook and got in trouble for using the kid's name and dead name without consent. 2 years ago, John tied for 5th place in the boys' pole vault. Tonight, Katie won 1st place in the girls' Maine State Class B championships. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Screw this Ashton Kutcher lookalike. Screw this bullshit. Look at that. You don't even measure up to head height. Like with these people, but then against the ladies, you're kicking them left, right, and sideways. Aw. No, I'm sorry. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that. If you want to change genders, fine. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with you wanting to change genders and then compete in the sport of your choice against ladies. Because if you didn't change genders, that part wouldn't be okay. Imagine that invasive crab species from California. Now, this is a pro show for real. 100% much love. Thank you, POTUS. No, it isn't. It is not a pro show. I put very little work into it. Hell, I spent 5 or 10 minutes a while ago petting a cat that's coming this way again. And if she jumps up into my lap, you better believe I'll kill even more time going, look at my pretty kitty. Like, I will flaunt pussy on this show to avoid talking about things all day long. Case in point. Where is it? I think it's number 1.
That's one fucking nice kitty right there.
Yeah, she is. Nice kitty. I've got invasive crabs on the beach in Norfolk, said Bishop. You've got what in Norfolk? Okay. What are they? The Chinese invasive crabs? Speaking of flaunting, Digger is live, says Bishop. Yeah, Digger is still alive. We've been checking in on her. Let's do a little, while the KBS is taking a dump, let's do a little stream snipe check-in. Boop, 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 boop.
Hey, how you doing? She's great. And let's hear what she's got going on.
The words, I can define the words, but I cannot for the life of me hear what the word sounds like. And so I can't read them. So reading out loud like this is helping in that respect as well. And when I do get stuck, you guys are there to help me, which is lovely. So I would suggest rewatching this stream. If you don't have the book, or if you do better like me, if you need to hear and read out loud, I'd revisit this one. Give yourself a week and kind of ponder these questions and the little thought problems that Steve set up for us, and then come back and rewatch it and see what you've come up with, and see what else you can pick up. I find I learn something more every time I go through the book. There's always a new lesson that I missed the last time. So yeah, I would suggest working on it in your own time. Just work on these little thought problems.
Is my space bar busted?
The questions, and then see how your responses fit in when you look at it again a few weeks from now, and then see how your responses at that point change or vary from the responses you have now.
Okay.
But yeah, that's for me.
It was something screwy.
One of the biggest things was getting out of my shell, my tiny little four walls of miserableness and pain.
I was trying to type a message in her chat, and my fucking spacebar wouldn't work. The Ninja Crisp is 11% off, dude. The Ninja Crispy is the one that's the small air fryer, the portable one. I don't want that one. I want to get a real air fryer. She's giving them homework. Johnny, hand above screen. No, not on your life. I don't have to justify anything. God damn it. No, wait. Are we talking? That's the Ninja Foodie. Isn't that the Ninja Crispy? What's the Ninja Crispy? Let's look up that if it's 11% off. If it's the small one, I don't want the small one. Ninja Crispy. Yeah, the Ninja Crispy's the little one. Fuck that. I'd rather be her than Digger's stream. I think he means here. But hey, glad to have you. I don't want the Ninja Crispy. I don't want that. What is the just air fryer? It doesn't even have to be a Ninja. What are we looking at? Air fryer prices. This is only purchase I'm considering because I'll be moving in the future and I'll need one. Oh, dude. $43. That's not too bad. 59. 89. That seems like a lot. 79. Ooh. 67. Yeah, a few of these look pricey. So I don't know. We'll see. Sometime. We don't have our KBS working too well. Johnny, if you wanted a little air fryer, I have one. If you wanted a little air fryer, I have one you can have. I appreciate that. But yeah, no, I think I'm just gonna buy a new one. I'm gonna buy a new one. I don't want a little one. I want a full size one because I'm going to use it a little bit here, but air fryer that is on top of the bowl. Right, it's an air fryer that's on top of the bowl. I don't care about that. I want an air fryer with a larger holding capacity. I'm going to be moving into my own apartment or house as soon as I can figure out a way to set that up. So I'm going to need an air fryer in general. Otherwise, I could just use the one that's upstairs, but I'm not going to do that. Johnny wants to air fry his ramen. No, I don't. I want to get an air fryer so I can have chicken tenders, mozzarella sticks, and what was the other thing I wanted to air fry? Pizza rolls. Well, those are the things I'm dying to air fry. Pizza rolls, tater tots, French fries, whole bunch of shit. We've been through this before. Johnny is not going to show his boobs. I am not suicidal. And I'm certainly not going to show my boobs. Digger's stream just ended, so she might join us in a little bit. My stream might end in a little bit. Hopefully I'll get a notification if that's the case. If the whole thing just gets cut out, then I don't know that we'll be coming back, especially depending on how long it's cut out. Otherwise, God, goddess, turtle in the street willing, we're going to keep this thing going until 4:30. I know, just saying, don't buy a small one. Oh, yeah, no, I don't want a small one. I can't use a small one because I'm going to have my daughter over when I move out and I have my own place. My daughter's going to be spending time over. Johnny, you talk as if you would put out for a Red Lobster dinner. Dude, if Red Lobster was still open in this town, $20 is $20. Anyways, Johnny, I believe your theme of today's show is making fun of falling. Really? That's the theme of my life, not just today's show. All right. There we go. Those are loaded. All right, all those are up. So let's move over to this CNN thing. Let's cover this hopefully before anything happens that might cut us out. If my I'm hoping I'll get a text if my internet is about to be shut off to check issues. But it shouldn't be a problem because, again, it's the upload KBS speed that seems to be the issue. And now, since calling Charter, there have been reasons to believe it might be a software problem. So we're going to switch the software out this weekend anyway, just for money, just because it'll be cheaper. But if we don't have this issue going forward, I'm going to feel a bit like a dick because I did kind of like aggressively Karen people on the phone yesterday about this. And if it literally is not their fault, then I owe them an apology. I mean, I'll make it publicly on my show. I'm not going to call them. They won't even know. It won't matter. All right, so we have Abby Phillip has to cut to commercial after Michael Singleton and Anna Navarro get into a shouting match over Trump's deportation policies. All right.
Years of neglect.
Let's go to this, and let's go to this. Now, for those of you who are unaware, Abby Navarro is one of those people that is incredibly stupid and spouts left-wing talking points just as a way of life. Case in point, when there was the law about keeping sexually explicit material away from children, she simply referred to it as the Don't Say Gay law, and she claims that she would drive throughout Florida just leaning out her window screaming gay because that's how she's fighting the law. While that was funny, it's also proof that Anna Navarro is incredibly effing stupid. And if you need more proof of that, let's go to this video.
Years of neglect and letting people walk